Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to another episode of Engineer Isaiah Tube. YouTube. That's me. I'm your host, Engineer Isaiah Tube, and I am back once again with another unboxing video. Another package that I got in the mail, which is something that I ordered on eBay. Okay. Now I have been wanting to. Now this is another Thomas and Friends Trackmaster character, which happens to be that I've been wanting to get for years to keep in the box forever to add to my train collection. Today's date is Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. And I am back again with another unboxing video for you guys to enjoy. So, and again, I'm your host, Engineer Isaiah Tube, and this is another episode of Engineer Isaiah Tube that you are now watching. I really am excited to see what's inside in this package. It shipped all the way from Terry, Mississippi. Always wanted to visit that state. Maybe I will someday. And as you can see here by looking at the packet, which it says priority mail. So also this package shipped from the United States Postal Service. That's usually one of the best mail services to be dropping off packages that people buy on eBay. Other times I get my eBay packages just from UPS. Yes. Other times it's priority mail from United States Postal Service. But it doesn't matter as long as my package arrives when it's supposed to. Well, I'm going to put the phone down and we're going to get this baby opened. All right. Bye. Seeing how this whole package is shaped like a very long triangle, I can tell, this is one package that won't be easy to open. But I'll do the best I can, so let us get this baby unboxed. I'll start over here, of course. This could take a while. Well, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get this package open no matter how long it takes. Ow. Oh, I think I pulled a muscle. Oops, knocked over the camera by accident. Sorry about that, viewers. All right. Let's really get this baby opened up. I'll be right back. I got some trash to throw away. Hold on. Here he is, guys. Guys. Thomas and Friends. Trackmaster Spencer. Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer. This is amazing. Amazing. This is yet another one of my favorite Thomas and Friends Trackmaster characters that I've been wanting to get new in the box for a very long time in the past. And we got Spencer, which he comes with the black brake van for some reason instead of one of his fancy big red passenger coaches, which is a bit weird, but that's okay. That's okay. And I have to admit, the condition on this box is really not that bad. Not that bad. And for those who also have watched Thomas and Friends, you're probably familiar with Trackmaster. You're probably familiar with Spencer, the big silver steam locomotive who likes to brag to everybody about how fast he can go. Spencer happens to be based on a real life steam locomotive from Great Britain, and which happens to be called the Mallard. Or others call it the Mallard. The Mallard is a famous blue high-speed steam locomotive. Notice that it's well known for pulling passenger trains at high speed. It's traveling up to more than 100 miles per hour. Their slanted smoke boxes allows them to go faster because of the air dodging those smoke boxes better than regular steam trains do. I've had I've had Trackmaster Spencer at least 3 times that I've played with him. 2 white Spencers and a silver one. And now I have the original classic white Trackmaster Spencer that I'm going to be keeping in the box forever. I have been wanting to get Trackmaster Spencer new in the box for years in the past. I love it is strange though that back in the day that they decided to make Trackmaster Spencer white rather than actual silver. And I don't understand why they decide to include Spencer with this brake coat. Fan. It would have been better if he could have been included with one of his big red and fancy passenger coaches, which is the private passenger car for the Duke and Duchess. Yes. Now, Duchess Spencer is actually a private locomotive. The Duke and Duchess of Boxford. I hope I'm pronouncing that. I hope I'm getting this information right. Are the owners of Spencer, the big silver steam locomotive, along with his 2 big red and fancy shiny passenger coaches. But again, it's so strange that they decided to have him come with this black caboose instead. But other than that, though, that's fine. I love how the side rods are a shade of gray. Red rods are gray. It's just incredibly detailed. Well, I just like the way how Spencer looks. Now, I've had Trackmaster Spencer since I was a kid, and way back in the past. When I was a kid, and way back in the 2000s, I've always loved playing with these classic old Thomas and Friends Tommy and Trackmaster trains, along with wooden railway and take-along, also called Take and Play. But I never had any Erdl models back then. Okay. And I just love the original Trackmaster logo. This really brings back nostalgic memories from my childhood past. Yes. Trackmaster Spencer requires 1 AA battery, which is not included, and is suitable for ages 3 and up. So this is what he looks like from the front. And if we turn around turn around, we'll see what he looks like from the back. Like, and it says here to collect like all the other engines. Salty, Spencer, Harvey, Murdoch, Emily, and Toby. Now I actually already have Murdoch. And Emily, but I don't have Emily. And today, just now I finally got Spencer. Spencer. So I now have Spencer, Murdoch, and Emily, but I don't have Salty, Harvey, or Toby. And though I do own Trackmaster Murdoch new in the original box, it's not exactly the Hit Toy Company brand. It's real. I don't have the Hit Toy Company version of Trackmaster Murdoch new in the box, but I do have the 2005 Tomy version. Version. I don't know why the Hit Toy Company and Tomy decided just to make the same products. But whatever it is, some toy companies just make the same toys, I guess. It also says to collect them all, like the mall. And I also love how it says railway system at the bottom and motorized right there. The original Thomas & Friends Trackmaster logo is just nothing but pure nostalgia. It just feels right. At the bottom underneath Murdoch, the big marigold engine along with his troublesome truck, it says for more fun, go to www.thomastrackmaster.com. That was probably back in the day when it was easier to find certain old websites that you can't now find anymore nowadays. Despite I have Emily, Murdoch, and Spencer, I would like to get another Trackmaster Murdoch new in the original box with his troublesome truck, but not troublesome truck. That is, I would like to get the 2007 Hit Toy Company version of Trackmaster Murdoch new in the original box with his troublesome truck, along with Salty, Harvey, and Toby. That would really be nice. What's sad about Salty is that one of his trunks is empty. As for Toby, the car on this order doesn't look right. It should be the other way around. The correct order should be Toby, Henrietta, and the troublesome truck. Not Toby, troublesome truck, and Henrietta. Henrietta is Toby's special passenger coach. And if I flip up here, it's a. And if I flip here, up here, this is the top of the box. The top of the box also shows what Spencer looks like, pulling his brake van and going forward. There's also the Trackmaster logo again, and his name. And of course, I am going to be sure to put some tape on here before I end this video. And if we look here, we can see that there's a huge gap between the tender and Spencer himself. And this is what he looks like at the bottom. And if we check the bottom, it says 2007 Hit Toy Company, 131 Sunnyside. Never mind, I'm not going to read all that information. Made in China. Created by Brett Allcraft, Thomas the Tank Engine, and Friends. Only compatible with other Thomas and Friends Trackmaster vehicles and playsets. Please retain this address for references. Yes. I also like that white picture of Thomas the Tank Engine without the colors, and how it has that toy company Hit and Entertainment logo right there. And of course, this was back in the day when you would scan this, and that's how you'd pay for it back in the day. I bet that somebody got this at Walmart years ago and decided to save it because they knew that it was probably going to be worth a lot of money in the future. And sure enough, they were right. Now, what are my thoughts on Spencer? Well, I love how he's big and silver and has the ability to go very fast. I love trains that can go really fast. Hold on, let me show you the the other front. So this is what his face looks like smiling away, feeling proud of himself. For some reason, though, whenever I look at Spencer's face, I just see Buzz Lightyear here from Disney Pixar's Toy Story in train form, uniform. In the CGI series, he's Hero of the Rails when he the rails. Oh, and here's what the back of him looks like. Which is right here. Here's a small picture of him and his name right here and the logo. That's what Trackmaster Spencer looks like from all sides. All sides. And well, as a matter of fact, when he for the very first time when Thomas and his friends were being voiced by different people. Well, it just so happens that when Spencer shows up in Hero of the Rails, I hear his voice and listen. If I didn't know any better, I'd say Spencer in the U.S. dubbed series, he sounds a lot like Gaston from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. For those who have watched Thomas and Friends from Hit Entertainment, especially Hero of the Rails, and for those who Disney fans who had also watched Beauty and the Beast, the 1991 animated version. If you actually listen carefully to Spencer, listening to their voices, it should be easy to tell that Spencer sounds a lot like Gaston. I wonder if it's the same voice actor. And well, I love the way how his side rods look too, and getting a good look, although we can see just how beautiful his wheels are. Those are quite incredible, if you ask me. And of course, the couplings are pretty nostalgic looking for me too. Seriously though, why would they give him a caboose from the pool? I don't think Spencer would enjoy pulling cars like that. The first ever episode of Thomas and Friends that I watched featuring Spencer was an episode called Edward the Great. In the Thomas and Friends DVD, it's great to be an engine. And Edward feels as if Edward knows that he's old and not as strong as other engines, which makes him feel left out. And when the Duke and Duchess of Boxford come visit the island of Sodor, they came along on their own private engine called Spencer, which he happens to be. The narrator says that Spencer was big and silver and very fast, and he arrived at the station with the driver shouting excitedly, "You have beaten Gordon's record." And Spencer's all like, "Of course. I'm faster and finer than all of the engines on Sodor." But that only makes the engines feel jealous. All jealous. Especially Gordon. And sure enough, Spencer and Edward challenge each other to a race. And Edward starts off slowly. But when Spencer goes after Edward, he passes him instantly. By a few seconds. Both Spencer and Edward, both tender engines, are pulling one train car. Of course, Spencer was pulling a passenger train made up of only one coach. Edward had a freight train, which was only one car carrying a brand new furniture. It was heavy. The episode Edward the Great. It was practically a parody of the classic fairy tale story of the tortoise and the hare. Spencer was the hare and Edward was the tortoise. Tortoise. And of course, there was a moment where Spencer just came to a stop. And when he stopped, the Duke and Duchess just took some pictures in a field. And sure enough, while Spencer was waiting, he ended up dozing off while dreaming of victory. And sure enough, he doesn't even hear his own bell ringing. Except, if Spencer had a bell ringing, where was that bell? Well, anyway, ringing the bell though Spencer doesn't wake up. He doesn't even hear Edward puffing past him. Listen. But this time, when the driver rings the bell again, Spencer wakes up just in time to see Edward heading towards the summer house. Spencer speeds off. He's off instantly, trying to catch up to Edward, but it's already too late. As soon as he reaches a set of railroad tracks that were very old, the driver orders him to slow down. Spencer had no choice. And with every click, he realizes that he loses the race. It's the race, and Edward wins. Another episode featuring Spencer that I really enjoy watching is the episode where Thomas wants to be stronger, faster, and shinier, just like him. That's when Spencer has 2 passenger coaches, and that's when Spencer has 2 red passenger cars instead of one. I even once had a dream that there was an Olive Garden restaurant that had a train display of Spencer with his big shiny red passenger car, or that kids can play in, which is actually pretty cool. Well, if you ask me. Spencer has always been one of my favorite characters since I was a kid, and I love how he takes inspiration from Sir Nigel Gresley and the Mauler. He is a very special engine, and yes, he's also very grand, and he's practically the same size as Gordon. He's just Gordon. Now, before I go, I'm gonna put some tape on him. I mean, before I talk, or I tell you more, share more thoughts about Spencer, I'm going to put some tape on him. Well, that took a little longer than I expected, but I finally got plenty of tape on Spencer. Now, to wrap things up, I just want to say that Spencer is one of the coolest characters in Thomas and Friends history. He made his first debut in an episode where Gordon had to help Spencer up a steep hill, all because he simply just ran out of water. And well, he actually thought he ran out of water because of a leaky tank that he had. And poor Spencer had to be towed by Gordon and going up the steep hill. And I also just want steep hill. And that's how Spencer basically first appeared. Now, if you're pretty interested in purchasing Trackmaster Spencer for yourself, if you want to get him for a good fair price, I highly recommend you buy him on eBay. You should be able, if you buy him used, you should be able to get a fair price for him if you want to add him to your collection of toy trains that you play with, or if if you prefer to buy him new in the box like this, looks like this, it's going to cost a lot more money. I love how he's based on the Mauler, which is a famous steam locomotive from Great Britain, and Sir Nigel Gresley, which I'm not too familiar with, but I would like to get more information about steam trains from Great Britain. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I'm about to wrap things up. You can also probably maybe find a Trackmaster Spencer at a thrift store wherever certain toys are sold. A thrift store, a garage sale, or eBay is what I highly recommend. How you buy Trackmaster Spencer new in the original box or pre-owned. This is gonna be a great addition to my Thomas and Friends collection. Which, by the way, Thomas and and since it just recently celebrated their 80th anniversary. It's been 80 years ago since Thomas and Friends streamed on television, and now television. And just recently, the official Thomas and Friends YouTube channel uploaded the full pilot episode of Down on the Mine. You can watch the full episode by going to the official Thomas and Friends YouTube channel. And if you're interested in purchasing Trackmaster Spencer for yourself, I recommend that you buy him on eBay. You should be able to get a good price for him, and where other Trackmaster Spencers are sold. Considering the fact that he's rare, of course. And I really also recommend, and I'm also proud to say that it's been 80 years ago since Thomas and Friends streamed on television. So this is definitely my perfect video to celebrate 80 years of Thomas and Friends being on television. Oh, and storybook books too. Oh, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, God made you special, and He loves you very much. Goodbye.